Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. I am onto the second side on this 26-inch pink rosebud lace cardigan. Nearly up to the armholes, so it'll not be long before I get this one finished. I'll finish that row and I'll put this down. Put that in there, down there, and that's the back. One of the fronts and halfway up the other front. Well, up to the armholes, that's a bit more than half. I'll just put that down for a minute. There. And that's the little bag I did for Emma's mum. I'm going to pack that up and I'll probably have to go to the post office. I don't think. Oh, I have some second class stamps. I could put 2 second class stamps on and make that into a I'm not sure whether it'll go into an envelope, or I might put an ordinary envelope. It might actually, I don't, because it doesn't weigh very much. A bit card in with it. Put a lining with it's got vegetables on, onions and parsnips and tomatoes and carrots and things like. One of the little bits of material that I think was Liz sent to me a little while ago. So I used one of those to put a thing in. It holds quite a lot. It's 9 inches by 4.5. 4.5 down there, 9 inches across. It's a 7-inch zip, but that are a little bit, you know, stitched up on the other side. So I managed to get the zip on the material part and then put it inside, but I had a hand stitch. You can see the hand stitch. I just did a back stitch for the fasten the crochet, the part of the bag to the lining, because it's rather awkward. You can't, you know, when you have something like this, trying to do it on a sewing machine all the way around there, it is rather awkward, and I find it easier just to hand stitch it like that. So I just hand stitch it with a bit of the wool. So that's ready. I think I have an envelope here that's, no, it's a little bit bigger than that. I thought it might have went into one of those, but anyway, I've been doing one for myself just to put my crochet hooks into. I'm just going to make it just a little, it's a little bit shorter, this one. I think this is about 6 inches, and I'm only going to do it about another inch, make it about 3 inches tall, just to put my hooks in, because I think, like I said, I am sick of every time I want a hook, my bag is just full of everything. My little bag I have, like that one, is just full of everything, and I've got to empty everything out because I can never find a hook just looking through it. So I'm going to make this little one just for to hold my hooks. That's all it's for. So I haven't got much of that one to do. I did that yesterday while I was at my granddaughter's. But I've had a little bit of Happy Meal today. I got this card. It's from a lady called Lisa. She sent this to me and she says, "To Sheila, just a little token of thanks for your YouTube videos. It's always a joy to see you and hear your stories. I have been able to knit many more things with your expert advice. Take care, love, Lisa." And she sent me a Hobbycraft gift card. I think this, yes, I think she put the, oh, I haven't put the thing inside. I think it's a £25 gift card that I can spend in Hobbycraft. And Hobbycraft is just down the road from me. We've got a shopping place down the road from me, a shopping centre called Silver Link, and they have a Hobbycraft there, so I can nip down there and have a look to see what. I was going to get some cotton for to do coasters and things for the coronation, you know, when the king gets crowned and that. So I was going to look around for some. I do have some white and red, but I don't have any royal blue, but I'll have a look and see what else I can get in Hobbycraft. And there's a lady called Susan. This is on its way to you. I've done all the patterns you asked me for, and I've got them in a card. I put a couple of bits of cord off a cereal box inside to stop it from bending, you know, for things. So I've done all your patterns, and I'm going to be popping up to the post box and just shove it in the post box. So we get a couple of days. It's a second class stamp on the card. So that was just a little bit for today, and I'll pick my knitting up again. And I was at my granddaughter's yesterday. I'm going to tell you a little story, something my granddaughter reminded me of when I was there. Now, her 3 children, my great-grandsons, are terrible. I get my dinner on a Sunday at my granddaughter's, and doesn't matter what she does, they never like anything. You know, that's, some kids are like that. But they were getting sick of Sunday dinners. So she decided she'd try a chicken chasseur. She made a nice between her and her partner. They do it between them, and it was a lovely meal. She made a nice chicken chasseur, and there was vegetables and things on with it as well. Well, if you'd seen the kids. The oldest one, Frankie, said he liked it, but he never touched the sauce. He ate the other things off the plate, the chicken and the thing. He never touched the sauce, but he said he liked it. That was him. Youngest one, Eddie, he wasn't too bad. He was eating some of it. But Tommy, the middle one, he's look, what's that? We're seeing it's a chicken chasseur, they call it. It's chicken, it's got a nice sauce on with it. I'm not eating that. It's horrible, that. I says, look, you don't know what it tastes like until you taste it. I says, Garrett, try a taste of it. You would not try it. And there was green beans on the plate. Well, he mustn't have had green beans before. What's them? Green beans? I don't like them. Have you ever tried them? No, I don't like them. I says, you don't know if you don't like something till you try them. He would not. And he's forced, and you know, I always take sweets, a bag of sweets for them, all of them. And I told the whole lot of them, I'm going to be taking 3 bags of sweets home with me today, because I says, if you haven't got room for that dinner, I says, you've got no room for sweets. That's what we're telling them. But the dinner that Cheryl made, it reminded me of something my husband made years ago. I used to do knitting years ago, but it was machine knitting, and it was a job I had then. I was self-employed doing machine knitting, and whenever my husband wasn't working, he would do the cooking and things like that, and I would be sitting down doing knitting and making a little bit extra money for us. Well, there was this one Sunday he decided to do this chicken chasseur. Well, we had a little bit trouble with our oven. My oven door, I can't remember where it was, I think it had dropped a bit and you couldn't get it open. You used to have to pull and pull, you know, to get the oven door open. Well, my kids were like my great-grandkids, are all complaining, you know, and oh, they didn't want this and that. And he says, you get what we give you. And that was my attitude then. If they didn't like what was in front of them, they didn't eat it, they got nothing else. I don't let them help themselves to crisps and biscuits and things like that. So if they don't eat their dinner, they don't get things like that to do without. So anyway, there was a lot of complaining and all that, and anyway, it was ready to come out the oven, and my husband, he couldn't get the oven door open, did he? So he'd pull and pull. Well, it was on a one of those flat, big square Pyrex dishes, you know, the glass Pyrex dishes. That's what we had it all in the oven, and he's pulling and pulling the oven door, and it just would not open, and he gave it a really good hard tug, and he pulled it open dead hard and dead fast. Well, this glass tray shot out of the oven, went right across the room under the table. I had one of those bench tables with the benches, you know, attached on either side. Now it went all the way under there and hit the wall on the other side and smashed the glass. There was all bits of glass in the meal, and I was saying, oh, says, we cannot eat that now. It's got glass in anyway. And my younger son piped up and he says, can we have egg and chips then, Mum? I was telling Cheryl, I says, that's probably what yours would like, you know, like. That was just a little bit, just she reminded me of that with the meal, the chicken chasseur. But that's what kids are like, so I said to Cheryl, so don't eat it, don't give them anything else, no crisps, no biscuits, no ice lollies, anything like that, I says, because if you just keep letting them get away with it, I says, they'll do it all the time. I says, that's me, that's what I did with my kids, and I says, and they ate everything I put down in front of them. There was no complaints or anything, because they learned they had to eat what you made for them, and that was it. But Cheryl's are terrible. But anyway, that was just a little bit of a story today. And I'm going back down to get on with my knitting. I may get this finished tonight. I've only got sleeves to do after this. And then I'm going to start knitting little ones. With all those little ones I've just finished, the little baby ones, I've got notes of all of the size, there's only the one size, a 16-inch. But I've made notes. So I'm going to start knitting the next sizes up on each of them. I'll do a 16. I've done a 16, so I'm going to do an 18, and then I'll do a 20 and a 22 and a 24, and then I can write out the PDFs properly for the whole pattern, because I have more time to do that now with not having any orders to do. So that's what I'm going to go downstairs and sort that out. But I'll probably have a walk up to the post box and put that letter and see whether I can get that other one in it. See if I've got an envelope big enough for the little pouch, so I can send that off as well. So anyway, thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you all another time. So bye for now.